Stacy, thank you for wanting to come to see us as it seemed to make you happy, but next time can you make sure to let me know first? Coming out of nowhere like this makes it hard for me to match my schedule with the hospital's.
Why? Why do I have to listen to you, Brianna, and match what I do with the plans you have? And you were able to come answer me immediately, so everything's fine now. I just wanted to come over to give you your gift for having a baby, so don't be so mouthy with me for trying my best. You really have all sorts of reasons for being the worst wife imaginable. Maybe you're starting to go crazy right now after having your baby? They say sometimes when a woman has her baby, she begins to have depression and go crazy because she's not carrying it anymore. You must be mental now, right? Anyway, you complaining to me about not respecting you and your schedule after handing you your gift was a mistake on your part.
I'm sorry. Thank you for wanting to bring a gift. I'm happy that you happened to think of me while I was having the baby.
Whatever. I'm starting to doubt you as a person, Brianna, because of the way you've handled this. Maybe I'll just turn around and head back home now so that I don't have to be stressed over you any longer.
Stacy, I'm sorry for being a bit rude with you earlier, but don't you ever come around me and my son again. I've been thinking about things between us for a bit now, and I don't want you anywhere near us as I raise him.
What is going on with you now, Brianna? Especially with a harsh attitude like that, I'm worried you really do need to see the psych ward. But anyway, you don't even have to ask me to stay away because I never planned on seeing you both again.
That's true, you hate my guts as it is. But what you did today was unforgivable.
Oh, and what could that have been?
Don't start playing dumb now, please. The moment you came and saw us again, what exactly was it you said to my boy when you saw his face? You said that even though he's your oldest son's baby, he is not cute at all, and then laughed. Then you followed up by saying it must all be my genetics. You really just stood there making fun of your own grandchild after he was just born. Do you have a good enough reason for doing that?
I just wanted to say what I thought was all. You're an ugly woman after all, and so the child you gave birth to happens to share the same traits as you. He looks just like you, and so me complimenting him the same way I'd compliment you is only natural, right? There's no need to be upset. That kid may be my grandchild, but he looks like a dang monkey.
Also, today wasn't just about you coming to see us and your grandchild, right? The real reason you came to us was for more money.
You're a rude one, aren't you? I had no reason to be there for your guys' money.
How can you say that now? You came in and told us that after coming all this way to see a monkey, we should at least pay for your taxi ride home. And as you said that, and I lay there in the hospital bed, you reached into my purse and took out $300.
Well, why are you being so stingy right now, huh? I was being nice by coming out to see that kid, and so it's only fair that you pay for my means of transportation, right? You can't be so selfish when dealing with someone like me. I have to live off of what little social security I have left.
I am once again sorry. My son woke up, and so I had to stop talking with you for a bit to care for him. But either way, I'm telling you that from now on, you're no longer invited to come see us. We've known for a while now that you've had troubles with money, and that's why we've been giving you an allowance. And we tried our best to stay quiet, even though you'd been so rude to me about everything. But I can't take it anymore. I am the wife of your second oldest son, and he and I have been working hard for our son. And I was fine dealing with your rude remarks to me every now and then, but I assumed you'd lighten up about us when we had our baby boy. I had at least hoped that when you came to see him, you'd say how cute he is and open up to us a bit more. But I can see you just want to hate my baby and me now. I now see that you're not happy for us to have a baby, and that's fine. Because I'm no longer dealing with you as my mother-in-law.
You always have to make such a fuss. I even made sure to give you that gift. Does that not make you at least a little happy for me coming to see you guys? You really must be moneyless if you can't understand how precious that gift to you was. I can't believe my son chose to marry you. I can't even see you as anything other than a witch now. And it was because of that gift from you that I'm in a rage now. What the hell even was that? Can't you just stop yourself from picking on me at least once? In what world is giving 5 cents to someone after giving birth a good gift? Especially when it's coming from the mother-in-law. You have no reason to be complaining to me. I was very thoughtful giving you that even 5 cents as a gift. Maybe you could try thanking me for that. It's not like you deserve any more money after giving birth to that monkey.
Well, then I'm going to stop giving you any more money as well.
Huh? Giving me money? What are you on about? I know that my money is coming from my son. So you have no right as his crappy wife to be speaking for him. I know that you're good for absolutely nothing, Brianna. That's the whole reason why you can't even give birth to a half-decent looking baby. If that thing grows up one day, it'll turn out to be nothing more than a waste crawling through our society.
Phil, how much time do you have? I have something we really need to be talking about.
It's rare of you to text me this time of day. What's up?
Actually, today your mom came to the hospital to see our son.
What? She did? She was telling me that she didn't even want to see our boy! At least, that's what I remember her saying. So I guess in the end, she did want to see her grandchild.
No, that's not the reason. She didn't come all the way here to see our baby, but rather to take some more money from me.
Your money?!
And if you want to hear more about it, she even said that our boy isn't cute at all, while laughing about it. And as a gift to me for having the baby, she gave me 5 cents. And then she told me that since she came all that way to see us, she needed money for her taxi. And since I'm still in the hospital bed, she went and reached into my purse and took my money out of it.
What?! She came there and made fun of our son?! And she only gave you 5 cents as a gift?! Does she not see how awful she's being right now? What the hell is that old bag thinking? She needs to go home or something. And wasn't the money in your purse the money that your parents gave to you in case you needed anything while in the hospital? You're telling me she just stole that from you? You sure did tell me when we needed to talk about this, huh? I'm still working at the moment, but we'll have a break very soon. During that time, can we talk more?
Sure, that's fine. Good luck with work.
Thanks for waiting on me. How are you feeling right now? You're staying relaxed, right?
I'm okay. And our baby just got finished drinking some milk, so he's sleeping next to me.
I see. Thank goodness. I'm so sorry for what's happened to you today. After she fell in love with the baby my older brother had, who ended up being a girl, I guess she just couldn't get behind us having a boy as our first child.
Well, she's had something against me for the longest time for not being a housewife like your older brother's wife, and so me working a job of my own must have started her hate towards me. Always telling me that my job is to be your wife and nothing else, all that kind of crap.
But I never thought that she'd pass on all that hate she has for you to our baby. I thought that things would get better after all the work we put in for this.
You don't have to feel sorry for anything, Phil. Nobody ever thought your mom could get any worse than she had been. But the moment I saw the gift that she gave me for giving birth, I had just had enough from her. And that's when I told her on accident that I never wanted her to see her grandchild again.
No, you were right to say something like that. And to make sure that our son grows up in a loving household, she doesn't need to be around him anymore.
What about the money we're giving her every month? I told her that I'd stop that as well. I'm sorry. I told her something without even thinking that might have made things more difficult. Now that I've calmed down, I think I overstepped things there.
You have nothing to apologize for, Brianna. You have every right in this world to be upset with my mom for making fun of our newborn boy. And so you fought back to protect him. So you don't need to be worried about what you did to Mom. How about we really do stop sending her money? After all, we're going to need more money ourselves now with a kid in the house. You have to be tired now, right? You've had to take care of Ren as well, so you need to take things easy. When I'm out of work today, I'll head right back to the hospital to see you.
Phil, why haven't I been able to get any money from you yet this month? Don't you dare tell me that witch got into your head and told you to stop. That little disgusting witch telling you what to do with your money is not something any wife should do. You divorce her right now and come back to your mom.
Jeez. I've heard enough already from you. I've had more than enough reason for me to stop giving you any money.
Well, I want to know what those reasons are, and that's why I'm asking about it. Your older brother happens to be so charming, yet for some reason you keep making yourself look worse. Before I have to take matters into my own hands, please give me this month's money. You know that your father's body isn't that great anymore, and I myself am getting really old, and so we need that money to survive.
You're not my mom anymore.
Huh? Excuse me? Is that the right way to speak to your mother right now?
The only parent I have now is my dad. I don't give a crap about who you are.
Hold on, Phil. Why are you this upset with me? Phil? You reply to me right now. You frickin' witch. It's because of you that Phil has left me. He's never been the type of kid to ignore his own mother. What the hell could a brainless and toxic woman like you have done to him?
I never did a single thing to him. All of that was what he wanted. Perhaps it's time you start to learn how to understand your own kids' feelings.
Shut the hell up, you stupid rat! Whoever gets in the way of a mother and their son is the worst scum on this planet.
It seems that you're a bit confused right now by everything, but I haven't done anything to get in the way of you two. After all, that money that's been going to support you every month has been coming from the money I make.
Huh?
For a long time now, Phil has been wanting to end ties with you because you've always cared about his older brother and wife the most. But then 3 years ago, just after we got married, it was found out that his father had cancer. It was said that his dad wouldn't be around too much longer, and so Phil decided that until the day came that his dad drew his last breath, he'd remain helping the family. And that's why for 3 years now, he's continued to be a part of the family.
What are you talking about? How does that have anything to do with you guys giving me money every month? You're probably just trying to take us off topic so you don't have to give me anything, huh? I can't allow that.
Is that what you think? Well, then I guess this conversation is over with.
Even though you're supposed to be my son's wife, you're completely useless. I don't care to listen to whatever made-up stories you may have about my son. Go tell Phil to call me right now. Phil just threatened me by saying that if I don't listen to you, he's never going to think about giving us money ever again. Threatening his own parents? I never remember raising a son as awful as that. Come on now, Brianna, and let's finish this dang trouble you've started. He just blocked me again, and now I'll never be able to talk with him.
Well, things won't change until you start listening. Your husband must be going through a lot now as well, right?
I want you to talk to me right now, you toxic witch. If all you're going to do is keep saying random crap, I'll never be able to listen to you.
Understood. So that you can follow what I'm about to say to you regarding where that money you get every month comes from, I'll go into detail. But just be aware that Phil is really upset right now. And he has been for 3 years. His dad can no longer work and be able to help you guys afford to get the procedures he needs. He needed to get you guys money. But when you'd always treat your own son like trash compared to your oldest, he couldn't find it in him to try his hardest for you and your husband. Now, after what you've done recently, he's really lost all faith in helping you both out.
What? But the right thing to do is just keep giving us money, right? We're his parents, after all.
That's right. When Phil thought about what happened if he stopped giving you guys money, he worried what his dad would have to go through. But Phil is a very nice guy, and so back in the day when he was first having trouble bringing himself to give you guys anything, he chose to be the nice person he knows he is and give you guys a monthly amount. However, after a while of that, he could no longer take you constantly ripping into me. And so I told him that in his place, I could start to support you, and maybe that'd help things for him. And so in his place, I've been the one giving you that money every month for maybe the past 2 years.
Why the hell would you end up doing that?
Well, if you had never given birth to Phil, I would have never been able to meet him and marry him. And so my plan has been, as long as Phil's dad is alive, I'll thank you by supporting you financially. But you've still hated me all this time and have started making me doubt you ever being a good influence on this family. Even after having my own baby, you came to him and told him to his face that he's ugly and that I am as well. And so after you'd done that, the little piece of respect I had for you as the mother of my husband was crushed. And that's why I am no longer giving you any money. Have you come to understand what's going on now?
But if you go ahead and do that, what'll happen with my husband's treatments? We won't be able to do them anymore. Are you saying you'd be fine killing him?
And regarding that, I had a discussion with Phil. He told me if this was all to protect our son, then ending the money given to you guys would be forgiven by his dad. And so that's the conclusion we came to. And in my case, I can understand how Phil feels about saying that. We have both been trying our best to deal with your horrible behavior towards us, but now we've reached our limits. There is nothing else we want more in this world than for you to learn from your mistakes. You're now going to experience all the resentment that we both have had towards you for so long, you old bag.
What? Why would you use such needless vocabulary? Are you that upset? If I really was an old bag, it'd be one thing, but I'm not even close to one, so you can't just say that. You're an absolute rotten rat. You told my husband things you shouldn't have.
Things I shouldn't have? When your husband came in to see our baby boy, I asked him if he wanted to know what you thought of our little Wren. And when he said yes, I told him.
And I'm saying you shouldn't have told him any of that. You should have been keeping your mouth quiet and just let my husband leave without a single word being said.
Whether you wanted me to do something or not, and whether it makes me a bad person to you or not, I've already decided that you're going to pay for everything. So I'll do anything to ruin you. But it seems that your husband has caught on already to just how rotten of a bag you really are, right?
Huh?
Your husband told me. He said he knew that you would always show your love to your oldest son and his wife, and he tried to stop you. And when you both began to talk about divorce because of it, you threatened him by saying he'd never get to see his sons anymore. And so that's why today he came to us crying and begging for forgiveness. He told us he never wanted you to treat us so badly, but couldn't do anything to stop you. And now that he knows we understand him, he hates you just as much as we do. So that is why he's going to aid us in our revenge.
There's no way my husband would ever lend a hand to a witch like you. He's my husband. He and I have been together longer than you've been alive.
Well, if that's what you think is holding you both together, then go right ahead and keep thinking that. Doing that will only make things better for us.
I'm looking forward to seeing what you could possibly do to me. What the hell is going on right now? What the hell are all these documents? What the hell are you trying to do to me?
Ah, hi, Stacy. Seems they've finally arrived. I assumed that there would be some trouble ahead, and so I made sure to get a lawyer to make those up. As you can see by what's written on the papers, your husband's money will all be going to Phil and I after he passes. At least 90% of it will be. And that remaining 10% will then go to his oldest son and daughter-in-law. And as for you, you won't even get a single penny.
His money? He's still alive, though, so why are you guys talking about the money he'll have after he dies? And if that's the case, I'm his wife and should get the money instead. You can't just do all of this behind my back and think to get away with it. I'm sure that these papers are all fakes anyway.
All of that money he plans on giving after he passes is kept in accounts not related to your guys' marriage. And since he's the one that holds all that money that he's been saving up under his name, he can make the decision on where it will go. There's also been the fact that you only ever show interest in your oldest son and would sometimes leave your husband at home to fend for himself while struggling with cancer. So all of that has been included in his final decision. And since all of this was done through a lawyer that we had hired and those documents made official under your husband's signature, you nor your oldest can do anything about it.
So, there won't be any money left for me? There's no way! That's not even fair! Especially with the care that I did give him all these years.
Who was the one that cared for him? You never cared for him, instead leaving him at home to become even more sick, and you'd whisper under your breath that you wanted him to give up soon. He heard all of that, you know? But he's a very kind man, and so he never wanted to end things this way with you. He wanted to make sure he could end life still being married to you. But after what you did to your grandson, he couldn't take it anymore. And so this right here is the work that was put in to get revenge on you by him. He at least gave up on ever wanting to divorce you. I'm sorry, but the only one that ever cared for your husband was Phil.
What? Well, then what's going to happen to me? I won't be getting any money from you guys, and I won't get jack from my husband when he's gone.
Well, then I guess you'll be out of luck.
Stop messing around! Whatever. I'll just go and ask my oldest and his wife to care for me. I made sure to raise him the best and have been with them all the way. So of course they'll be willing to care for me in my time of need.
Only if you can make that happen. Phil, it seems that your mom is following as planned and will be trying to get your older brother to help her. How are things there?
Things are going so well right now that I can't be bothered to look away. I'm good here. Just finishing some things up. After explaining the situation of my mom and dad to my brother, and letting him know he'd still at least get a little money, he hopped on board with us. But really, I didn't want him getting anything from my dad, that jerk. I always knew he was the kind of guy that wanted to get whatever he pleased, but man, this time's going to be great because of that. He's willing to literally throw away his mom for a little bit of money? He really did turn out like trash, just like his mom.
You've always had it out for those two, and I agree that your brother and mom are like two peas in a pod with how nasty of people they are.
Well, I'd never like anyone who always looked down on me and treated me as though I'm extra baggage in the family. I told him to block her number if he wanted the money, and so he did. And I told him that once Dad had passed, he'll be getting his share. Well, I'm not actually going to give it to him now.
Wait, are you sure? Won't your brother become even more of a problem if you do that to him?
It'll be fine. While we were young, he'd always take my toys from me and promise to give them back in an hour or two. But then when I'd come and ask for it back, he'd tell me to get lost and then keep the toy. So it's always been him breaking promises. So this time, I'll take it upon myself to, in fact, break one promise with him. I planned on just letting a lot of the past go with my brother, but then I found it too hard to do that after everything. And since my dad is the only thing keeping me around my mom and brother, once Dad's gone, I'm totally fine making my brother pay just as much as Mom will. I'm sorry. I guess some of my personal problems are getting caught up in our plans now.
You're all right, Paul. And even after your dad's gone, you'll have me and Ren as your new family. And since we're your family, we have no choice but to make sure you feel better too.
Thank you so much, Brianna.
Brianna, please help me. I can't get in touch with anyone anymore and I'm in huge trouble. If things keep going south for me, I'll be dead myself. I haven't had any experience working a job myself, and so nobody will take me that can pay me well enough. I don't even want to work anyway. I'll do anything for you as long as I get a little money.
Stacy, I have myself a son now that's so cute. And I have to take care of him for the time being. And at the moment, I'm still a new mom, so I can't see myself having to take care of 2 babies. Also, you remember when you said my son looks like a monkey? You wouldn't want to be in a family with a boy that looks like a monkey, would you? And besides, I don't even want to meet with you anymore after you showed the kind of toxic mother you really are.
Wait! You're wrong about that. That was... Back then I was just joking about your son. I never meant to be serious about anything I said to him.
The only thing I picked up from you was how serious you really were. You're too late to be coming back to me now asking for anything anyway. Now, my little boy's going to be waking up soon, so can you stop talking to me? Now, goodbye forever.
Wait, Brianna! What am I going to do now? What should I do to make sure that I'll be okay? Both my sons threw me away and my husband will be dying soon. I won't be getting anything from him after he's gone, and I still need to pay for the house and food. Hey, can you please give me anything? I'm asking you to please listen to me.
After that, Stacy didn't get any money with the passing of her husband, and the house was given to Phil, which he used his power to kick her out of. I haven't spoken to her since our last conversation, so I can't be certain what's happened to her. But I did see her working at a supermarket not too long ago. But in her case, she was late to work a lot and missed work even more often, and soon was no longer working there. She then showed up at another store even closer to our house, and ever since seeing the worn out and dead face she had there, I am not going back. Then, when it comes to Phil's older brother, when he heard that his father had passed away and never heard anything from Phil regarding the money, he came to our house complaining about why no money showed up yet. Phil then explained to him that he doesn't get any, and that's for all the times he broke promises with Phil. Of course, this made him upset, but just before he tried to do anything to his brother, our lawyer, who we had over to finish some talks up with, came out and told him to rethink his decision. And since then, his brother has never been seen around us again. Now, when it comes to me, I'm just living with my husband and Ren, and we are making the best of our little family with what we have left.